गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी वल्लभा यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 राम हरि बोल हरि बोल तो गौरा हरि बोल कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र की श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की श्री श्री गौर निताय की पद्मावती वेंकटेश्वर बालाजी की श्रील प्रभुपाद की समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshuh-unmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya-manobhishtam sthapitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam dadati swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruhu Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namavom Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Prayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavat Yuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Welcome all of you for the Srimad Bhagavatam class this morning. Is it verse number 12 or 13? What is written on the board? Yeah? Where is the word? You are asking? Yeah? 13? Okay. But 12 and 13 are connected, so we will read the 12 and then we will read 13, okay? Yatra yatra dvijagavo. According to his directions, they engaged in envious activities directed against all living beings. Purport. The followers of demoniac principles, as if he is in charge of jails in India. Similarly, Lord Shiva is Adipati for the Tamaguna. But he is supposed to lead cosmic cataclysm. Sweet. But actually the grapes, fruit is not sweet. It is made in a haribari, they put that kind of saccharine bath to make it appear like sweet. So people will purchase it and then they eat it. I am tasting grapes juice. It's not grape juice, it is saccharine. It is. Similarly, Shri Radha Chandra ki. Similarly, they meddle with nature. They give oxygen injection to kaddu. This much kaddu becomes big. By giving that injection. So they make it look like it's very healthy vegetable. Externally it looks like that. When you cut it open, you will find it's like cotton. There is no any Shakti in that. You will find like that. Like I was in Boston, so one devotee came and said, Prabhu, here also we are getting this pomegranates, dark red. So then he brought it. When I cut it, it will look like dark red, very nice pomegranate. But then the mouth, when I put, I could see it's very loose. It's not proper, very healthy one. Then I came to know that it is in cold freezer for more than 8 months. They kept it in cold freezers. So it is almost like rotten. When you put it in the mouth only, you can know it is rotten. When you see, it looks very attractive. So now why should they keep in cold freezer for so long? Because that's how they want to sell and make money. They keep things for long periods of time. It's not just grown in the field and brought. It's not fresh. According to Yoga Shastras, there is something called as prana, which is necessary. For example, if you keep things in cold freezer for many days and months, that food is considered dead. It doesn't give you life energy. And people who eat such foods also become dead in their consciousness. Like for example, people who keep food in the fridge for Sunday only they cook. Other days they take it out and put in a microwave oven and then they just heat it and eat it. So that is a dead food actually. It doesn't have any energy. Food, when it is cooked, within 3 hours it should be consumed. It should be consumed when it is hot, when it is fresh, when it is tasty. It should be consumed like Krishna says about Satvik Ahar. He is saying. So then the dead food doesn't supply. Same with vegetables also. Vegetables are supposed to be fresh in the market when you bring it. You check the quality of the vegetable. You have seen an old bendi and a fresh bendi you have seen. So nowadays everything is kept in the freezer and sold. They keep for 8 months and you keep for 3 more months. Complete 1 year period. Isn't it? And what kind of energy you will get out of that? Similarly, the prana is increased when you go in the sunlight, when you breathe fresh air, when you go to the water bodies, like a lake or a pond. That means the more you go closer to nature, the prana is increased. And then once the physical body becomes more energetic, that's one reason why people go closer to nature. On the other hand, you keep yourself in an AC room all day. Little AC they put. And when you come out, it is terribly hot outside. This difference in temperature and keeping oneself in the AC room, circulating the same old stock of, this thing keeps circulating the same air. It doesn't bring in fresh air. So again, that is also something which reduces the prana also. For increasing prana in your system, you need fresh air. And you need direct sunlight. Nowadays, instead of sunlight, people are taking some vitamin D tablets for that. So you can see modern man following carefully in the footsteps of Hiranyakashipu. Very carefully. He makes sure that all the fresh natural items are spoiled with fertilizers, with they're ruined, just like he's telling, cut down the fruit-bearing trees and cut down the benefiting fruits, cut down all those things. Keep only the bubble trees. So, in this way, after this biotechnology came, many more complications are happening. This genetically modified food. If you go to the market and see this yellow color mung dal will be glowing like gold. So many people say, this is glowing like gold. I would like to take this. That is genetically modified. It has no vitamin. But the other one, the regular mung dal will look very dull. But that's what has vitamin. That only intelligent people will buy. Similarly, you say, reddish apple. Dark red is attracting. Buy me. You buy it and bring it home. And you come and you bite it, chawa, no taste. That. The other apple is, a little greenish and yellowish. When you see it, it's not very attractive. That's a real apple. Similarly, big Peru, this much big, looks like Rakshasa Peru. Big size. You may think it looks like a very healthy Peru, but that is genetically modified. It has no vitamin, energy. If you buy a small size Perus, they are coming from the regular trees. So, one of my doctors was telling you, eat pears every day. He said, pears? I asked why. He said, they don't put any chemical in this. Why? Because neglected fruit. Just like Dhruva Maharaj went to forest, he ate tasteless fruit. Pear is also like that. Because it tastes tasteless fruit. Apple, it is millionaire fruit. They put a lot of chemicals in that. Pear is a neglected fruit. So doctor said, you eat this, you will never get sick. So, Kali Yuga, all the good things are spoiled. You will see that. in Kali Yuga. So the scientists, Prabhupada saying, and one place Prabhupada said, scientists can create a bomb, explode it and kill millions of people, but they cannot give life to people. Whereas Krishna is giving life. Jivanam sarvabhuteshu tapaschasmi tapasvishu, he says. He gives life to all the living entities. He gives bodies. He gives the next birth to them. He gives them facilities, everything. So in that, at that time Prabhupada was telling, look at these trees. There is a season called Patjad, where all the leaves fall down. You've seen that? Trees are completely shaved. So it looks like, God put a bomb and made all the leaves fall. But then another season, again the leaves come back. Prabhupada said, this is Krishna's creation. Scientists can only kill, they cannot revive. But God can apparently make the trees lose everything and again get it all back. That is Krishna's magic, Prabhupada said. So, in this way, Kayaya Jagato Ahita, he says. So, asatyam apratishtam te jagadaguranishwaram aparasparasambhutam kimanyat kamahaitukam yetam drishtimavashtabhya nashtatmano alpabuddhayah prabhavanti ugra karmanah kshayaya jagato ahitaah. He is telling, asatyam apratishtam te jagadaguranishwaram. They say, hi, why are you talking about God? There is no God in control. We are the gods. They say like that. We are creating industries. We are flying rockets. We are producing economy. We are running this world. And how is this world running? Because man and woman, we come together and we produce children and the population is increased and all this world is there for us to enjoy. This is the mentality of demons. He says, Yetam drishtim avashtabhya nashtatmano. They are killers of the soul, Krishna says. They kill their own soul. Soul cannot be killed. But if somebody takes a kuladi and hits his own leg, he's a fool, number one. Why should he hurt his body and then go to doctor? So similarly, these people act against the progress of the soul. They act for the degradation of the soul. Therefore, they are called as nashtatmano. Alpa buddhaya. They have paltry intelligence. And then he's saying, Alpa buddha prabhavanti ugra karmanaha. They flourish in nefarious activities like beer bars and permit rooms, brothels, in hotels with cabaret dancers and cinemas, and drugs. These are the places where they flourish in their impure activities. Ashuchi vratau, he says. Mohat grihitva asatgrahat pravartante ashuchi vratau. Krishna says in 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Everybody in this world can flourish either in Sattva-guna, or Rajaguna or Tamaguna. And how can we flourish in Sattva-guna? That is explained in the previous verse. This fellow said that, in the 11th verse he said, Vishnu dvijakriya mulo yajno dharmamaya puman devarshir pitru bhutanam dharmasya chaparayanam. He's telling the basic principle of Brahmanical culture is to satisfy Lord Vishnu, the personification of sacrificial and ritualistic ceremonies. Lord Vishnu is personified reservoir of all religious principles and is the shelter of all the demigods, the great pitas and the people in general. When Brahmanas are killed, no one will exist to encourage Kshatriyas to perform yajnas. And thus the demigods not appeased by yajna will automatically die. So here Hiranyakashipu knows how the demigods and devotees flourish. How they flourish? By keeping a cow, protecting the cow and worshipping the cow, doing go puja, and then accepting the milk of the cow. When you drink the milk of the cow, you nourish your brain tissues. And you get the spiritual acumen to study the Shastras and learn the deep import of the Shastras by drinking cow's milk. Cow itself is a very fresh animal, sattvic animal, very mild-natured animal. And it's one of the 7 mothers. So when one drinks the cow's milk, one's brain tissues are nourished by that. And then from the milk you make dahi, and then you make butter, and then you make ghee. Then ghee can be offered as ablutions in the sacrificial fire. The fire of Yajna Kund is the tongue of Vishnu. The tongue of Vishnu, you offer the ghee. So that way, the cow is a very, very beneficial animal for the Brahmanas for rendering their devotional service to Supreme Lord Vishnu. So taking care of the cows, and worshipping the sages and saints and taking instructions from them, performing sacrifices kings would do. And also conducting the kingdom, praja, by teaching them the Puranas, Itihasas, the pastimes of the Lord. Basically, the whole purpose of teaching the Shastras is to help living entities get liberated from this world and go back to Godhead. That's ultimate goal. Although there is Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, the Pancham Purushartha is Bhakti Yoga. That's ultimate goal. So, these are the ways you can flourish. Once I was telling you, if you remember, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, you remember? That is Brahmanical culture. A for absolute truth. B for Brahmanas, worshipping Brahmanas. C for cow protection. D for Devatas should be respected as assisting limbs of the Lord. And E for etiquettes and behavior. And F means whenever you have difficulty in life, flee to the lotus feet of Vishnu. And G means goodness, Sattva Guna. And F, E, F, G, H, holy name. So if you do this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, this is Brahminical culture by which we can flourish in Sattva Guna. Those who engage themselves in these activities, their mind becomes completely surcharged with positive, spiritual, uplifting vibrations. So that's why the Brahmanas are always happy, cheerful, sukham. And they're happy with what? With wisdom. Tamoguni people are also happy, but they are happy in ignorance. It's like a pig which is happy in a ditch. The pig is saying how wonderful this ditch is. And is eating dirty things and thinking he's happy. So a pig is happy in ignorance. A cow is happy in goodness. So those who are in Sattva-guna, they are happy in wisdom, enlightenment. So, but this fellow was anti-Vishnu and anti-Vishnu Bhaktas. So he wanted to destroy all that which will help the devotees and demigods flourish. Therefore, he is saying that what Hiranyakashipu's plan was, he thought that, see, who is taking care of the cow? Brahmanas. Who is studying the Vedas? Brahmanas. Who is reciting the mantras in the Vedic sacrifices? Brahmanas. Who is arranging the yajna kund and then lighting the fire and everything? Brahmanas only. Isn't it? Who is protecting the Brahminical culture? Brahmanas. That means if you finish the Brahmins, then the entire Vedic culture can be finished. And this is why in India, at one time there were more than 3 lakh Gurukulas. So the Gurukulas were systematically dismantled and destroyed over a period of time, so that the Brahminical culture cannot flourish. And then industrialization became very prominent. One big politician, he went to Srirangam temple and he saw the vastness of the space there, with 7 walls and the big temple and the activities. And then he commented, he said, I wish this entire place can be converted into a big industry, you are selling. Which goes to show his mindset. So there are 2 mindsets, materialistic mindset, spiritual mindset. So materialistic mindset says, put up a big industry, have a big economy, have abundant inventions and discoveries and facilities and amenities, so that we can nicely do eat, drink and be merry. In this way, just enjoy life. And what about next life? Who has seen next life? Just eat, drink, be merry and suddenly die, one day everything is finished. This is materialistic approach to life. They see only matter in this world. They don't see anything beyond matter. And spiritual mindset means, this world cannot exist with all its details and beauty and everything. There is a Supreme Lord Hare, who is the source of everything. Janmadhyasya yataha, from whom everything has come. Now Prabhupada was in one place. He showed one scientist, say this coconut tree, it has got at least 3 dozen coconuts. And all this much size, big, big coconuts. And each coconut has 2 to 3 glasses of coconut water. So imagine now, 36 coconuts means how many glasses? 108 is saying. 108 glasses of coconut water. 108 devotees can drink each 1 glass of water. So Prabhupada asked him, how this water went to the top? See, underground water has gone to the top. And not only that, the ordinary water has been rendered into become sweet water now. So 2 things you have to do. Prabhupada has to bring one machine which can lift the water to the top and also it will make it sweet. Correct? Now you need a machine right now. What is the machine you use? Motor. Use a motor to lift the water, but that doesn't make the water sweet going up. At least they are able to do only one out of the two. Prabhupada said, without the motor, how the tree is able to lift it? Oh, Swamiji, the roots are there. Prabhupada said, you also bring some root, put it. You lift it now, he said. This is Krishna's magic. This is said, every living entity has a achintya shakti to do something wonderful. Like you see, soul in a woman's body is able to produce milk. When a child is born, immediately her breast produces milk so that as a mother she can feed milk to the child. It is not produced in a male body. It's only produced in a female body. Because it is Krishna's creation. That souls have multiple achintya shaktis. Like Prabhupada asked, is there a machine you have where you put grass in the top, get milk at the bottom? Which is the one who is able to do that? Yeah, cow and goats. You give grass at the top, it gives milk at the bottom. They're able to make that. He may say enzymes, this, that, so many things he may say. But produce a machine. See, so many years have passed. Now this so-called powdered milk, nobody likes it. We have tasted what is powdered milk. Actually, cow's milk is a substitute for mother's milk. When a mother begets a child and she dies, what is a substitute for that milk? Cow's milk. You are not your powder milk. Useless powder milk, get lost. But here God has given milk to the cows. That is a pure milk. So you can see, you cannot produce the way that God has produced through these different things. And Prabhupada says, take one needle, take one dove, and leave both of them. Needle comes down and dove flies up. It is contradicting gravity, isn't it? Actually, the heavy one should come down. Isn't it? If light one flies, it's no wonder. But bird is flying and needle is coming down. Why? Because in the bird's body there is a spark of life, soul, which has the achintya shakti of having the ability to fly. So those who get ashta siddhis, they also start manifesting some of these achintya shaktis. Like they can levitate or they can fly, like siddhas fly in the sky. They can walk on water. So there are people who do that. So in this way, the soul has many, many achintya shaktis. Prabhupada said all these things. And then Prabhupada said, imagine if the living sparks have so many abilities, how much more the original person who is the source of all of them, of whom all these jivas are only a tiny part. How much more shaktis he will have. Therefore, he is called Yogeshwar. Lord Shiva is called Yogishwar. What is the difference between Yogeshwar and Yogishwar? Yogeshwar means the personality who is a bhandar of all the siddhis and who gives siddhis to the yogi babas who are worshipping him as super soul in their heart. So they go to beg to him some yoga siddhis and Lord Krishna awards them. It's called Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, we say. And Shiva is called as the best of those yogis. So he's called Yogishwar. So Shiva, they say Shiva is Adi Yogi. Yes, he is a great yogi, but who is Yogeshwar? The master of Shiva also. One who supplies all yogic powers to everybody. That is Lord Krishna. So, in this way, one can come to the ultimate derivation of understanding that there is one Supreme Lord who has created all these living beings and put them in this world and then provided all these facilities and amenities for everyone to live. So that is a spiritualistic mindset. And then if he has put everything here, he is the boss. And all of us are das. So Prabhupada says, here is a watch. The watch belongs to whom? It belongs to me. That means the watch is meant to take care of me, serve me, correct? No? Similarly, I have a pen. The pen is meant for my use. So anything belongs to anyone, it is supposed to serve that person, correct? No? So you have a car. The car is supposed to serve you. You have a pen is supposed to serve you. You have a dress. The dress is supposed to serve you as you wear on your body. Similarly, if everything belongs to Lord Krishna, all of them are supposed to serve whom? Serve God. Once you come to the spiritual understanding, the pivotal personality is Lord Hare. So everyone and everything is meant for serving him. So all the Navaratna should be taken and made garlands and offered to Krishna. Similarly, everything in this world, all the dresses, all the colorful flowers and fragrant flowers should be taken and offered to him. Anyone who can sing well should sing his glories. Anyone who can speak well should proclaim his glories by studying the Shastras. Yeah, anyone who can dance Bharatanatyam should delineate his pastimes through the Bharatanatyam and remind all the jivas about him. Everyone and everything is meant for him. Tapasvino dana para yashasvino manasvino mantravido sumangala kshemam na vindanti vinaya darpanam tasmai subhadra shravase namo namaha. He's saying, tapasya, those who can perform, like today's Ekadashi, perform tapasya of chanting more rounds. That should be done for his pleasure. Dhanapara, if you can give a lot of charity, give charity to build a temple for Krishna. Yashasvino, those who are famous by their piety and opulences, they should use that fame for propagating Krishna consciousness. And those who are expert in chanting the Vedic mantras, mantra vido, they should recite the mantras in glorification of Lord Vasudeva. In this way, he says, everything should be utilized for him. So now, here, the demoniac class of people are called by Hiranyakashipu to go and do disastrous activities. And the word is used, Kadana Priya. That means the demons are very fond of destroying activities, which actually arises from Rajoguna and Tamaguna. They are very fond of such activities. So they are engaged in that kind of horrible, nefarious activities. Now, these are very gross, what I told you. Now, on a subtle platform, you will see, there was one devotee working in a Facebook company. That devotee was asking a very good question, that we are employed by the companies, IT companies, where they are telling us to figure out what are the weaknesses of the conditioned souls and how to make some advertisements and things like that, where we can make a sex appeal, so that many living entities will want to watch millions of shots they will watch, and then our product can be promoted. Just like, for example, some new model car has come. They want to launch it. How they launch it? They put the car and put some scantily dressed woman giving different poses like this. You've seen that? Sitting in the front, sitting in the top, sitting in the side. Their hope is, while watching that woman, they will also see the car also. And they may take some interest in the car. Otherwise, there are so many model cars, so many companies are promoting, who will watch the car? So to attract the attention, they put some women. Everywhere, in billboards you find. They want to sell some CD. In those days when new CD came. So they put one beautiful girl, keeping CD and showing her lips in between the circle. Like that, showing like this. So while seeing the CD, you want to see her lips and you will see the CD also. So this is all sex appeal, advertisements. You will see like that. So you can see that. So this devotee was asking, I am becoming an instrument in the hands of demons to identify the weaknesses of the conditioned souls and allure them with these type of things. So am I also not becoming a part of the demoniac activities? What do you think? It's a good question, right? It's a very sincere question it is. That means not only you may go and break the gopurams, not only cut down the fruit-bearing trees and trouble the Brahman, these are all gross things. But one can actually be a subtle demon also. Because the demons had Mayavi things which they will shower from the sky, correct, no? Like sometimes stool and urine and pus and mucus and sputum and everything. When Dhruva Maharaj was fighting with Yakshas, they could shower all of that dirty things from the sky, and it was all flowing like a river. Can you imagine, like a river of pus and mucus and everything, and you are in the middle of it? You'll want to run away from that place, isn't it? But it is not existing, but it is illusion created by them. Then after that, Dhruva saw, swords and lances and spears, and all kinds of weapons were falling from the sky. That was another big shower of weapons poured down. Then that vanished. Then again another pour down of tigers and lions and elephants, all screaming, howling, yelling, making sounds. They were all falling from the sky and chasing after you. So these are all illusions created by by black magic. By black magic they created all of that. Dhruva was sort of getting covered over by them. And then at that time on the Akash Marg, sages were passing by. They told Dhruva, Don't worry. Just call out the name of Narayana. Calling out the holy name of the Lord is a one-stroke method to destroy all this illusion, ghosts and spirits and hobgoblins and everything will be gone. You just chant the names of the Lord. So they reminded him. There is a beautiful verse, Auttanapada. It begins like Auttanapada. Hey, Uttanapada's son, you are a good soul. You are a devotee of Vishnu. You have nothing to fear. Even at the time of death, devotees don't fear. Nottamas shlokavartanam jushatam tat katamritam syat sambhramonta kalepi jushatam syat sambhramonta kalepi smaratam tat padam bhujam. At the time of death, devotees remembering the lotus feet of the Lord, they become fearless. Just like our Bhishma Pitama, lying in the arrow bed, completely fearless, smiling and looking at Lord Krishna, glorifying Krishna, he left his body. In one place when I was traveling, I went to Rourkela recently to one of the student centers. So one devotee showed me that a devotee's father, who is initiated also and chanting Christian rounds, he was sitting in front of the altar of the Lord, with his bead bag here, like this, sitting in a sofa like this. He's standing like this, and he completed 16 rounds and he left his body. After that, exactly in the morning, early morning, he completed all 16 rounds. Bead bag is still in the hand. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And they saw the last one he had finished. And then left his body that day. So they have taken a photo of that devotee along with the sofa they have taken. See, he completed his rounds. And he completed his term in this body also. He went back. This is our shelter. So I'm going to tell you something very important now, which will be helpful in our chanting. It's a very interesting acronym I heard recently. Prayer. Prayer. So P means positive spiritual energy boosting activities. For example, taking darshan of the deities, chanting the holy name, associating with devotees, studying the Shastra, correct? Visiting the holy dhams, correct? Taking Krishna Prasad, engaging in Krishna Seva. All these are positive energy boosting surroundings, ambiences, environments, and also associations. So every activity you do, it either gives you a positive energy, spiritual energy boost, or it can spiritually drain you. For example, somebody is going in a bus, a devotee is going in a bus, but they're putting a TV in the bus, correct now? Especially long distance buses, they put a TV. Devotee doesn't want to see, but still it's a very big screen, everybody is watching and loud music is going and it's a very familiar movie for you. You've already seen it in your school days. So you tend to see it. You know the hero, you know the heroine, you know the whole story, you have seen that and you loved the movie so much you went 10 times to the movie before. So imagine you are sitting in the bus, that movie is being played, what happens? Without your wanting, you are dragged into the movie and sucked into the characters and then you are becoming absorbed. That means you are spiritually getting drained. You are spiritually getting weakened. Similarly, when one is working in the computer, one suddenly encounters something that which should not be seen, like what Ajamila saw, then one is spiritually weakened. So there are negative energy activities and environments and ambiences and people which can drain our spiritual content. And there are positive spiritual energy boosting agents which uplift us. So one is upward vector, one is downward vector. So we first of all have to make sure that we increase the positive energy giving associations, ambiences, associations, activities. And we have to watch from the morning to night how my day goes. So very high potential Vaishnavas like Srila Prabhupada, they may go to places like Bawari and all, they may still not get drained because their positive energy boost level is very high. Imagine somebody is 10,000 degrees centigrade and you bring an object which is minus 300 degrees centigrade. It's not going to affect much. But imagine if I am myself only 200 degrees centigrade, you bring a minus 300, I will go down below. It's called zeroth law of thermodynamics. Zeroth law of thermodynamics says that when you bring objects like a 300 degree centigrade object with a minus 500 degree object, then both the temperature will come to a balance, which means you will go to minus. That's the meaning of that. So, because we all know that we are growing in our spiritual life, we should take positive energy boost. Now, I was telling you in the middle of the class, the prana is increased for the physical body and the mind. Body and mind both are affected by prana. Actually, this prana is between the subtle body and the soul. There is a prana in the body. So for that increase, I told you, coming in contact with natural elements like the air and the sun and the water body and garden and all these things, and drinking pure water, breathing fresh air, eating fresh living vegetables, not something which is dead, I was telling you. So this keeps the body and mind very healthy. Correct. In the same manner, the positive spiritual energy boosting elements keeps the soul nourished. Just like these things keep body and mind nourished, the positive energy elements, they keep the soul very nourished. Second thing, R means repetition. See, generally what happens in this world, when you repeat an activity, it is called monotony. Correct, no? In monotony, what happens? When something becomes monotonous, you go to sleep. Correct, no? That happens. And what is the reason for that? In our mind, there are two aspects of our mind. The superficial aspect is called conscious mind. And inside that we have subconscious mind. What is the difference between the two? The conscious mind is like a watchman. Like we have watchman at the gate. Will he allow anybody and everybody? He won't allow everybody. He will discriminate. Who is safe to allow? Who is unsafe to allow? So the conscious mind discriminates. Whereas unconscious mind is not like a watchman. Unconscious mind is like earth. In earth, anything you give, the earth accepts. You give a neem seed, it accepts. Give mango seed, it accepts. Give bubble seed, it accepts. Earth, the subconscious mind does not make any discrimination. Whatever is given to it, it just accepts. So, when we wake up early in the morning, we have just now come out of sleep and we have taken bath. And in the Brahma Muhurta hours, whatever you feed, at that time, it can directly go to subconscious mind. It can circumvent your conscious mind. So this is the advantage you have in the Brahma Muhurta. Because what happens with the conscious mind, all of you have experienced. Say now after 10 o'clock when you sit to chant, the conscious mind is very, very active now. It starts bringing things of the past, worries about the future, and it keeps you so busy, it doesn't allow you to penetrate and go to the subconscious mind. We all have experience, right? No? Iska kya hoga, uska kya hoga, I have to solve this problem, I solve that problem. Either negative distraction or positive distraction, correct? No? We get distracted like that. And who is causing this distraction? The conscious mind, not the subconscious mind. So if you see a glacier, the surface at the top is a small part, but then below the water is the big glacier. So that's like subconscious mind is like that. So when we repeat a mantra, then the conscious mind thinks that, oh, this fellow is repetitively chanting, so I don't have anything to do because no need of any decision making now. So then the conscious mind switches off and it allows you to go to the subconscious mind when you chant the holy name. But what happens is, when we chant the holy name, we don't hear it well. Then the conscious mind is active with other businesses. You understand what I'm saying? Like here is the mantra coming here. If I very nicely chant and hear, the conscious mind will check it. Is it good or bad, good or bad? Little bit it will analyze. Finally, the answer is good only. It's good. Then after that answer is over, then conscious mind switches off. It leaves the mantra to go to subconscious mind. And then a subconscious mind becomes filled with positive energy. And the more you chant the holy name, you are packing with tremendous spiritual potential in the subconscious. You may not even know. The more the rounds you chant, the more the soul gets nourished by this. Then subconscious mind, then the absorption comes. Spiritual life. Those people who chant very deeply, they are very good listeners. They are very good observers. They are people who can actually catch the spiritual substance very fast. They can hold the spiritual substance, Vichara Shakti, Viveka Buddhi, all those things increases. Whereas what happens with our conscious mind, instead of hearing the mantra properly, because we are improperly hearing, then the conscious mind says, this is not the only thing I have to do. I have many other important things to do. Then it goes to other things. Ting, 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 ting. It's very, very busy. So then we don't get entry into subconscious mind. He just keeps him at the door and then goes for attending to other things. And that is why sometimes people come and say, Prabhu, after this chanting, Prabhu, I'm very tired. One fellow finished 16 rounds and like he lied down like Jesus, keeping hand like this, both hands and legs. Why he got so tired? Because what was very active? Conscious mind. The watchman was kept super active. There is so much of suspicion and problems at the entrance. So watchman has to run here, there, and he was super busy. So he became very tired. That's why we get tired actually. Manashashtani, Indriyani, Prakritistani, Prashatiya. So therefore a mantra which is holy mantra like Maha Mantra, and that is actually R is repetitive. We repetitively chant and gradually come to the point of hearing the mantra well. Then the third step is A is for affirmations. Affirmations means you can say, one can pray that, oh, who is the Supreme Lord? Just now I was talking to you in the class. Lord Hari is the source of everything. He is my maintainer. He is my protector. I cannot protect myself. In this world, even the richest of the people die. With all the costliest of the medicine, in the best hospital they die. On the other hand, you see people living in the slum, near the gutter, they are cooking, and a situation appears very unhygienic. Still they have a takata body. You can see that. So if God wants to protect somebody, nobody can die. So Krishna is my protector, Krishna is my maintainer. In this world, rich or poor, educated or uneducated, everybody has to get food only from Krishna only. Nobody else can provide any food to us. So Krishna is maintaining us, Krishna is protecting us, Krishna is my master, Krishna is my friend. So we hear these things in the lectures, but the early morning chanting which we do, the chanting of the holy name, Prabhupada says chanting means, oh Lord, purify my heart, uplift me, accept me. So there has to be a kind of prayerful mood. So the right affirmations can be strengthened during the chanting. For example, we know whom are we calling. Like for example, Dhruva Maharaj saying, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Who is addressing? He is addressing Bhagavan. Oh, the most rich Lord, the most opulent Lord, the most famous Lord, most beautiful Lord, the most wealthy Lord. So in this way, he is thinking of the form of Lord Vishnu on one hand, and he is also praising him, glorifying him by uttering the holy name, and he is seeking his audience. And then eventually, because he was seeking it, he got the darshan also. Correct, no? Similarly, when we chant the holy name, as one's chanting becomes intense and the right type of affirmations are given, the positive inputs are given. Like Veda Vyasa says in Mahabharata that there are two things which are greatest enemy to the progress of the soul. Aham and Mama, he says. Aham means, I am very important. Then I stands like Mount Everest. I did this work. So that means one wants the credit for any work that is done in this world. See these two fingers, for example, they are picking up the kartal. Now can these two fingers pick up this kartal? If these two fingers are not connected to the hand, can they pick up? No. Can this hand do anything unless it is connected to this full hand? It cannot do, is it not? And can this whole hand do anything without connection to the body? It cannot. Similarly, these two living entities, they come together and do something wonderful. And they may be doing under some, president, GBC, somebody like that. And then they are connected to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada connected to Krishna. Finally, all of us are connected to Krishna. So these two living entities are doing and they think that we did it, I did it. Yes, you did it. Because you are whose part and parcel? Krishna's part and parcel ultimately. Because if I am not Krishna's part and parcel, will I be able to do? You cut these two fingers and keep on the table. Can they do anything? They cannot do. So therefore, all glories to assembled devotees, we say, and then we say all glories to Guru and Gauranga, we say. So in this way, how to give up the ahankar? This is the way we can give up ahankar. The brain I have, did I create? Any of you, your brain, did you create it? No. The eyes, ears, nose, tongues, the senses, that also you didn't create. Huh? And all the samagris in this world which you are processing and doing anything, that also God gave. Because everything is given by Him. All glories also should be given to Him. My only thing is I need salary for what I did. And that salary Krishna has already given. He has given you sunlight, rain shower, grains to eat, platform to live. So salary is already awarded. So more than salary, don't expect anything more. Because everything belongs to Him. One should understand like that. Aham, one should give up that aham. And mama means mamakar. His proprietorship. I preached and brought this boy. He's my boy. One need not hold like this. People, sometimes you hold too much and they want to run. Prabhuji, leave me, and I want to go out. I appreciate your love and care, but not so much is not needed. So holding on to people, my people. So you will see that yes, you can preach and everybody has the freedom to be under you or be under somebody else. So we don't have to be very possessive of what we have. So we can see that this possessiveness also causes tremendous problem. Even in a devotee community, if somebody want to leave one counselor and go to another counselor, they should be allowed to go. Because what is a counselor? I am a facilitator. Even if some devotee says, Prabhu, I don't like to be under you, I want to go to another temple, I will happily give a recommendation. They want to go. Why? Because leader means we have to facilitate people to perform devotional service. If my facilitation is not appreciated by somebody else's facilitation is good, we can allow. We don't have to be possessive of anyone or anything. This possessiveness causes quarrel between devotees, fight between devotees. So, in this way, aham and ahankar and amakar. So, Vedavya says that there are two parameters by which, one can get liberated. These two parameters bind you, aham and mama. Other two parameters liberate you. What are they? Na aham, na mama, he says. You have to give up. Not me, so Krishna, na mama, nothing belongs to me. Visana Indraya Swahaidam na mama. That's it. So in this way, the affirmations, these are the affirmations. I am not proprietor. Everything belongs to Krishna. I am not controller. Krishna is supreme controller. I am not enjoyer. Krishna is supreme enjoyer. And I am meant to love Him, serve Him. And I am meant for His pleasure. So Gopala Guru Goswami, he says, Mam, Angikritya, Maya Sakaramasva. He says that, oh Shrimati Radharani, I am taking shelter of you. You are the internal potency. Mam Angikritya means, please own me. You possess me. I will not possess this world. Instead of that, you possess me as your property. Make me your property and you can engage me in Krishna service the way you like. You can ask me to bring some flowers or fruits. You can ask me to make a garland, or you can ask me to offer some bhoga to Krishna. Engage me in whatever way you want in Krishna service. I am your property. So this is the right affirmation. In this way, early morning is a time to meditate on the right affirmations. Jeev Krishna Das, Yai Vishwas, Korle Tohar Dukkanai. I am Krishna Das, I am Bhakta Das, I am Guru Das. So this type of affirmation should be supplied to the mind, because in the early morning, it directly goes to subconscious mind. And the more you dump more and more positive energy giving vibrations, they keep on increasing your spiritual absorption in the subconscious mind. And gradually the conscious mind also slows down. Why? The conscious mind will see that the inputs which are coming is yes to Krishna and no to Maya. Imagine, for example, a watchman rarely gets a trouble-giving person. And mostly 99% of the people who come are good. Then watchman's work reduces or increases? Yeah, it reduces. Like for example, in America, they had this Rath Yatra. First Rath Yatra, how they got permission, Prabhupada was surprised. Because these fellows went and told, we just have a hand cart. That's how they introduced. So the police people imagine hand cart must be a small thing. But it was a Jagannath cart, it was. And the police people became worried. Such a big cart they are taking and 1,000 people are going to attend. They arranged a lot of police, bandobast on both sides. But from beginning to end, the parade was so smooth and so cool. There was no problem because devotees are simple people. They just chant and dance, they distribute prasad. And the police parade walked with the Rath Yatra and they had a nice participation in Rath Yatra. That's all. They didn't have to control. Naturally, they bring lathis and everything. But there was no need of any kind of control because everything was well organized and everything. So police people went back to their boss and said, these are very gentlemanly people, very good people. We didn't have much work to do with our lathi and gun and everything. Because otherwise, they thought it can be like a mob. A mob is very difficult to control for the police. So, in this way, even our conscious mind eventually, as it becomes more and more sattvic, then that manashashtani indriyani prakritisthani karshati principle will reduce. Because he says, tada rajas tamo bhava kama lobha dayaschaye cheta yete rana viddam stitam sattve prasidati, he says. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogataha bhagavad tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayita. One becomes liberated actually. So this is A. And Y means yield. The mind starts yielding to Krishna. Yielding means bending towards Krishna. Mind becomes softened. And mind thinks, I am not the controller. I have many defects. I have to purify my mind and heart. So one becomes humble. One becomes tolerant. One becomes patient. One considers oneself ineligible. One feels grateful for what one has received. One becomes hopeful. One becomes respectful to other living entities. So you yield in your... This is a stage of yielding that happens as one progresses through the positive energy boosting elements and repetition of the mantra, and also giving positive affirmations. Then only your mind yields. Otherwise, mind is like a stone otherwise. And when the mind starts yielding, bending, then what happens? Then E is the emotions. Spiritual emotions arise in the devotee's heart. That time, the Shastras make a lot of sense for the devotee. Look at Gajendra's prayer. Look at Prahlad's prayer. One feels great delight and joy because one's heart starts resonating not only with the prayers in the Bhagavatam, but also with the characters of the Bhagavatam. One's heart starts resonating with the meaning of the prayer. Initially, you like the shloka, how beautiful it is. Then you start liking the meaning of the shloka. Then you start liking the character who said the shloka. Then you start adoring the qualities of that character. In this way, our subconscious mind starts continuously raising waves of thoughts about how wonderful Prahlad is, how completely non-malicious he is. Once I was just putting few characters in my mind, and one thought came. It was really a very amazing thought I'll share with you. Like if you see Mrigari, when he saw the ants, he wanted to brush them aside. So he will not kill them, correct, no? So cruel Mrigari became compassionate Mrigari. So that is certainly a big achievement. Is it not true? But better than that, if you see Parikshit, he not only did not curse Shringi, but Shringi cursed him, he did not retaliate back. As regards to Mrigari, the ants didn't do anything to him. But he just brushed them aside. He was non-violent, we can say. Whereas Parikshit, he was cursed by Shringi. So many of us, if somebody does some bad to us, we also may want to take some action on them. Correct, no? But did Parikshit take an action? He didn't take any action. He spared Shringi. He was powerful. He was a pure devotee, but he didn't take action. He said, he's the son of a Brahmana, just leave him. He did not retaliate. Higher than that, you will see Prahlad. His father physically tortured him, mentally abused him physically and mentally, and tried to make several assassination attempts to destroy Prahlad. And Prahlad was watching all these things. You can imagine how much animosity can develop in anybody's mind if somebody exploits you like that. Is it not? And then at last you will see when Lord Narasimha was ready to award any benediction, Prahlad said, please kindly liberate my father. Parikshit did not curse back, whereas Prahlad prayed for the offender. Is it not even more greater? Prahlad is praying, please deliver the person who was troubling me so much. I don't mind, let him be liberated by you. So that is even more wonderful. And even more wonderful than that is Ambarish Maharaj, who was also, the victim by Durvasa Muni, who tried to kill him. And the Sudarshan Chakra, when it came back, Durvasa Muni came running and fell at his feet. What did Ambarish say? Did he say, you ran from pillar to post, at last you are here at my feet? He didn't say that. He told Sudarshan, please kindly spare his life. He's a Brahmana. Adharma Shila Asura Dhumaketave. You are supposed to be like a bad meteor or a bad graha for Asuras. You're supposed to trouble Asuras. Why are you troubling a Brahmana? But then Sudarshan said, but he acted in an Asuric way because he tried to kill you. So I can't spare this fellow's life. So he repeatedly pleaded with Sudarshan, please, please leave him. But Sudarshan was not ready to listen. Finally, Ambarish thought, the only way I can convince him is, he took one kamandalu in the hand and poured the water and said, oh Sudarshan, listen to me. All these years, whatever devotional service I have done, I am offering it all for the sake of this Brahman. Please liberate him from your scorching heat. And Sudarshan that time felt pity and then relieved him after that. So this is even more extraordinary. Not only he prayed for liberating our Durvasa Muni, but he offered all his devotional service. You can see that. So the Shastras are oceanic when we read them. And when we read, in our subconscious mind is a platform where one can do very good contemplation. But that is only possible if our conscious mind is resting. But if our conscious mind is too much into Bhutakal and Bhavishakal, past and the future, worries about the past and fear of the future. Past means we think, if only this happened like that. If only that happened. If only that is past. And future means, what if this can happen? What if that happens? So this if only and what if completely keeps us busy and preoccupied. Our mind, so much energy goes into it. Then our subconscious mind is completely like sleeping. It is not very active. So therefore, when subconscious mind starts yielding and then develops spiritual emotions, then the prayers can arise in the subconscious mind. And those prayers are very, very purifying prayers. And that is what is ultimately leading to R, which is rebirth. What is rebirth? This rebirth is a second birth you get, like Mrigari. Cruel Mrigari became compassionate Mrigari. That's rebirth. Crying Arjuna became confident Arjuna. Arrogant Rahugana became humble Rahugana. This is the rebirth that took place. Sinful Ajamila became virtuous Ajamila. So in this way, this kind of a lazy devotee became active devotee, isn't it? A crazy devotee became a sensible devotee or whatever. Or a selfish devotee became a selfless devotee. So we can see this kind of heart change. That is rebirth. Rebirth is not after the body is over. Even while living, we are doing our spiritual life. We can take rebirth in this life itself. I came with a certain type of subtle body, and then I performed Krishna consciousness. At the end of this life, now I have already taken many rebirths. That means I have polished, debugged my subtle body. And now at the end of this life, I am a more refined devotee with more qualities, more purer Vaishnava qualities. So in this way, we can remember what I said for P, positive energy boosting elements. And R, repetition of mantra. And A, affirmations. And Y, and E, what emotions? Spiritual emotions. And R, becoming a new devotee. People should wonder how he was and how he has become. That's what people wondered about Mrigari. How this person was, how so much he has changed. So which means people can change. It's quite possible. In fact, the holy name is the real changer. The holy name can, Sanatana Goswami says that, Yata Kanchanadam Yati, Kamsyam Rasa Vidanatah, Tata Diksha Vidanena, Dvijitvam Jayate Nrinam. Just like if you put a soft iron piece in alchemy solution, it can become gold. Like that, a devotee can bring about a change. So, in this chapter, we are talking about all these demoniac qualities, but some of these demoniac qualities can be in our system also. And those demonic qualities have to be erased and new sanskaras have to be formed. The old sanskaras have to be finished and new sanskaras have to be formed. So for that, this will help the kind of prayer we do. So the chanting should be a very nourishing activity. It should not be a mechanical activity to get through it. And because if I do it as a mechanical activity, it's painful also, and it is not so much able to do, penetrate our system and then help us. So that is why I thought of speaking on this, because today is Ekadashi also, we are going to chant more rounds. So I thought it will be relevant today. Thank you. Shri Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta ki. I can take 3 minutes questions. There is another 3 minutes. One question, anybody? There is one hand up. Just give it to Prabhu. HareKirtan Prabhu. Mike can go there.
Prabhuji, you didn't mention what answer you gave to that devotee at Facebook.
Who, which devotee?
The
What I would tell the devotee, see, right now you are in a particular type of job. You try to switch over to another job if you can, instead of doing this type of work. Like, for example, one boy did LLB, LLM, he did. And then he went to do the profession, and he understood you have to speak a lot of lies. So he was telling me, Prabhuji, I have become a devotee now. To become a lawyer means to become a liar. I cannot become that, it's difficult. But I can't run away also, because how will I earn my money? So I just casually told him, why don't you try becoming a teacher? He said, oh, I like to teach so many subjects, Prabhu. He said, now he has become a teacher now. So in the law college, he has become a teacher now. So now he doesn't have to worry now. He just reads the books and teaches. Very Brahmanical also. Similarly, this devotee can consider switching over to another line where they don't have to do these things. Correct, no? Like, for example, some people are going for a course on design. In design, there are many different things. Like fashion design, if you go, a lot of dirty things may be there. But in design also, but there are many good side things also. So one can think about, like, for example, in MBA, you can go for finance, you can go for marketing, you can go for HR. See, who goes for marketing? People who like to go around the world, go round and round and round. You like to travel a lot. But for devotee, oftentimes, you want to be in the community, peacefully practicing. So when you are taking any branch, one can consider, say you got HR branch, for example. Then you just 9 to 4 job, 9 to 4, 9 to 5. Then you get time in the morning, you get time in the evening. And HR is very good for connecting with many people. And in this way, you can also cultivate them, make devotees. So in this way, devotee can always be thoughtful about how my profession can aid my Krishna consciousness. One can think like that. Similarly, Mataji's, for example, some Mataji had done MBA. And, she heard in the lecture of His Holiness Bhakti-Rasamrita Maharaj that women should be housewives, homemakers, and they don't have to go for jobs. So she gave up her job. She had a small kid. But then suddenly she felt within a week, she found her life very empty, and all her friends were calling, hey, why did you give up the job? We all are doing this and that one. Why are you, what happened to you? Somebody told you something or whatever. So she started, this FOMO principle, the fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. So she thought all my other friends are all working in the company, they're making money and they're, showing off and all, and I am sitting at home, and what will I do? See, in the Vedic times, what would happen if a woman is at home? She had mother-in-law, father-in-law, and it's a joint family also. Lot of activities were there. Atta pisna, you have to do this. You have so many things they would do at home. They would do gardening also. And one woman can take care of child, husband, and in-laws, everybody. She can make the whole home happy, They were doing that. But now it's nuclear family. Only husband, wife are living, one child has gone to school, she was feeling empty. So then this Mataji, in one of the lectures when she asked this question, so I said that just as men have passion, women also have passion to do something in life. So you do something for 3 hours a day, 3, 4 hours, at the most 5 hours. That way you are engaged also. So in this way she learned some yoga, yoga course or something like that she learned. And then she taught ladies, married ladies, yoga in the afternoon time, some 3, 4 hours she taught them. Then she became very happy, because morning, evening she can take care of family and children. And the daytime she got some 3, 4 hours things to do. So now she became very happy, because they want some engagement also. Because without engagement we feel restless in the mind. So in this way, all of us, our profession should aid our Krishna consciousness. It should not happen that it goes against our Krishna consciousness. Money making alone is not the goal of life. When I was saying this one lecture, one boy shouted, no, for you, you may be after God, but I am after money, he said. For me, money is God, he said. I said, no, money is not God, money is Mrs. God. I told him. And he was shocked, what is Mrs. God? Then I told him, see, in Sanskrit, money is called as Lakshmi. So Lakshmi is not God. Lakshmi is Mrs. Narayana. So then I told him, you should not run after anybody's Mrs. So go to Narayana, worship Lakshmi Narayana together.